Alright, hello third grade, welcome. Today we're going to be working on formatting street addresses. So we've gone over street addresses with our abbreviations from a few weeks ago and making sure that everything is capitalized, like our states when they're abbreviated are capitalized. So now we're just going to be working on fixing problems and errors in street addresses. So let's go over. So when addressing a personal correspondence, so when you're writing a letter, you have to write the name and the address. We have to make sure that we're using correct formatting and punctuation. So here it says, Mr. Patrick Kelly. So that is all a proper noun because it's someone's name. So it has to be capitalized. And then don't forget here is the house number and then the street. So remember when we're using the street abbreviations, we have a period at the end, and these are also proper nouns because it's the name of a street, so they would be capitalized as well. And then we have the city with a comma and then our state abbreviation. So the city is a proper noun, capitalized, and the state abbreviations, both letters are capitalized, and then the zip code. And remember, in between, we have a comma separating the city and the state. So on the first line, we write the people's name. Who's receiving the letter, we write their name. On the second line, we write the street address. So that has the street number, the house number, and then the street they live on. And be sure to capitalize it and include a period after an abbreviation. So that's the CT period. On the third line, write the city, state abbreviation, and zip code. Be sure to capitalize the city and both letters of the state abbreviation and include a comma after the city. So let's do some examples together. So we're going to be doing examples through IXL today, but our homework will actually be a quiz on Edmodo, but it's going to be the same thing. So here we are formatting and punctuating the address correctly by fixing the two errors. So we know that there are two things wrong here. So let's see. So the name is capitalized. I have the house number and then the street. And I see that the street is correctly abbreviated. It's a period and they're both capitalized. But here I have the city. And we know that a city has to be capitalized, and that's a lowercase L. So we have to change it to an uppercase L. But then I noticed the state abbreviation is capitalized as well. And there's one other thing. We only fixed one error. The other error is there has to be a comma in between the city and the state. So a little separation between the city and the state. And we got it. So now there's only one error. So we're going to go through 3 examples just to talk about it. So the first thing is the names are capitalized. Yep, Stephen Pratt and Amy Hickman. But conjunction, that's not a proper noun. Does that need to be capitalized? No, because we're only capitalizing the names, and a conjunction does not need to be capitalized. So the and is not capitalized. Then that was our one error, but let's again double check. So I have the house number, the street, which is capitalized, and the period after the street abbreviation. And then I have the city, Chula Vista, comma, in between that and the state abbreviation, which is capitalized as well. So we have the comma and then the zip code. And that should be it because that was our one error and everything else looks good. Oops, I accidentally pressed enter. Okay, there we go. So now let's do one more together. This only has one error as well. So we have the name Mr. and Mrs. Ortega, and it is capitalized because it is a proper noun. It is the name of people. And then we have the house number and the street, but our street abbreviation, Boulevard should always be capitalized, right? Because it's a proper noun. They're naming the street. So that was our one error, but again, let's check everything else. Then we have our city, which is capitalized with a comma dividing it from the state. So everything else looks good. Let's double check our answer. Good. So just remember as we're going through it, the names are capitalized and the conjunction between the names doesn't need to be capitalized because it's not a proper noun. The proper noun is the names of the people. And then we have the street, the house number, and then the street name. And then we don't forget the road that has to be capitalized. Even our street abbreviations have to be capitalized as well. So road, and we have the period, which is good. And then we have Sacramento, comma, to divide the city from the state. But as we know from before, our state abbreviations, both letters have to be capitalized. So the N, M. So just make sure to take your time and look back at Edmodo. This is what we're going to be doing as well, and have fun with it. All right, bye 3rd grade.